and welcome back to Pinky Boo Hauntings. I'm your witchy host, Shy, and I'll be your guide to all things paranormal, weird, and spooky. Happy New Year! It's officially 2026. Can you believe it? Somehow we made it through the insanity that was 2025. I want to say, let's hope that 2026 is better, but we've been saying that for a few years now, and it just seems like it's not getting any better. So, to not jinx us, I won't be saying that. If it does turn out better, awesome. But at this point, I think we all can agree that it's better to not get your hopes up. At least, not just yet. Because I do feel like things are going to change for the better. We just sadly have to ride out the madness first. And no, I'm not really that good at predictions, so I could be wrong. I just know my guides from the start were keeping me calm in a way that doesn't make sense for me. So, while I'm a stubborn bitch, I am trying to learn to listen to them and trust them. Something I should probably be doing in all aspects of my life, but that's not important right now. The point is, I'm trying to believe them more, and so I'm trying to keep calm. Because my guys basically said, trust me, bro, and that's all I got from them. Oh, and I'm sure you can hear it in my voice, but I'm a little under the weather, so please forgive my voice. But that's enough of that for now. Why don't we get into our first story? My daughter has just told me she has been seeing the Hat Man since she was 7. Happy New Year's, everybody. We're talking about the Hat Man. I couldn't resist picking this one after I read the title. So last night I was talking to my daughter about a dream I had. Just something we do. We find it interesting. She is a good girl and is not a liar. Not sure why, but glad she did. She told me about a dream she had when she was 7 years old. She said in her dream she was in bed asleep and heard a knock at the door. She opened the door to see who was there and described to me what I believe was the Hat Man. He was tall, shadowy figure with a top hat and a trench coat. No features, just shadowy dark mass in the shape described. After opening the door, she said he walked through it and said, "Thank you." Then she woke up, I think from the shock. Well, that definitely sounds like the Hat Man. I know this is a dream, but even still, why let him in? She has also told me of an experience of being at a fair recently. Lots of people around, walking with a friend, and a dark shadowy hand reached out to touch her head. She jerked her head away and startled her friend in the process. She says she sees shadows in her peripheral vision often, sometimes head on, but only briefly, usually not at home. Well, she for sure can see spirits. It doesn't seem like she or you know just yet, but she can see things. She is understandably terrified and didn't want to tell me as she thought I'd never believe her. I feel that. She did tell her grandfather back when it happened. She was living there at the time. Long story, don't go there. And he asked, "Did you let him in?" She said, "Yes." And he proceeded to smudge the house and has done so every week since. Well, at least Grandpa knows what's up. The attempted grab at the fair was quite recent. Again, she is terrified. As I said, she is not a liar, and she wouldn't make it up, as she knows how we view spirituality. The Hat Man is not something I've experienced myself, but I do have the same experiences with seeing shadows in the corner of my eye, or in the corner of the room at night sometimes. Oh, so you do see them too. Okay. At least you guys can support each other. What is this? Should I be worried? What do I do? Any insight would be greatly appreciated. Please. Even though I've dealt with the Hat Man before, I've got nothing. What he really is, why he does what he does, or how to deal with him. And I would like to never deal with him ever again. I'd say you can try some protections and make it clear that he is not allowed to mess with her or anyone else in your family. Can't promise it will work, but it's always worth a shot. Alright, on to the next. The Shadow Man in the Hallway. Again, I couldn't resist. I saw the title and had to add it to this episode. I guess this has kind of turned into a Shadow People episode. I don't usually post things like this, but I still can't shake what happened last night. I had just gotten out of the shower and went back to my room with my hair still damp. I was sitting on my bed, scrolling on my phone, when I looked up towards my window. The sun had just gone down, so the glass had turned more into a mirror than a window. That's when I noticed something off. I don't like where this is going. The hallway light was on behind me, and in the reflection of the window, I could see part of the hallway. At first, I thought it was just a shadow from the light, but then I realized it was a shape, a man's shape, broad shoulders, and a hat. Okay, did I accidentally pick two stories about the Hat Man? It wasn't standing in my doorway, it was farther back, like it was standing at the end of the hall. I told myself that it had been my imagination. I didn't turn around. I just kept staring at the reflection, waiting for it to fade. It didn't. Of fucking course it didn't, 'cause it's the Hat Man. Slowly, way too slowly, the shadow tilted its head, like it realized I could see it. Like it was looking directly at me through the glass. Ew, I'm getting cold chills right now. I felt my whole body lock up. I couldn't breathe. I didn't blink. I didn't move. The shadow didn't walk closer. It didn't disappear. It just stayed there, head turned, watching. I didn't know how long it lasted. Seconds felt like minutes, minutes felt like forever. Finally, without looking away, I slid down and pulled my blankets over my head. I stayed under the covers, shaking, listening for footsteps that never came. I didn't come out until I heard my cousin unlock the front door and call my name. I never checked the hallway, and I didn't turn the light off. I don't know what the hell this was. I've never experienced crippling fear like this. I don't know why it stared at me and did nothing else. Has anyone else experienced something like this? Alright, listen. I picked this one because it was a shadow person in the hall, and it reminded me of what I saw when I was younger. Kind of. I never thought it would be this much like it. That paralyzing fear and how it felt like time almost stops. I had all of this happen to me before. So, yes, I have experienced something similar. And I do think you saw the Hat Man. Just be lucky it didn't attack you. So, feeling frozen like you can't move and time slowing down like that is also a gross feeling. So, maybe not as lucky after all. I hope that was your one and only time seeing that thing, and he never bothered you again. Let's move on to our last story for today. I assume this one isn't about the Hat Man, but who knows? My child claims they saw the devil. I said it was probably not the Hat Man. I didn't say it wasn't something dark. Well, maybe darker depending on your beliefs. I hope you didn't get your hopes up that I was ending on something lighter. My child is 2 years old, and we have never had anything like this happen to us. My wife and I laid him down in bed, and about 20 minutes went by, and our daughter began to cry. So my wife went in and got her. About 10 minutes later, we made her a bottle of milk and put her back in her bed. After about 5 minutes, she began screaming like a stuck a pig. Like a what? Okay, I had to look that up because I don't know what that was supposed to mean. I think it was supposed to be a stuck pig. It's a phrase that's basically saying someone is squealing loudly. Sorry about the ADHD side quest, but I needed to find out what that was supposed to mean. It was going to drive me crazy. And hey, now you might have learned something new as well. And you guys thought you were here just to hear some spooky stories. Speaking of that, let's get back into it. And then her mama went in to see what had happened. She said, "The devil." And when her mama went towards the closet, she started freaking out even more. This would all be circumstantial in my mind, but when I went to pray over the room, my holy cross broke, which is made out of steel. We are all shaken up and unsure about our next steps. I'm not gonna lie, I doubt it was really the devil in her closet. Don't get me wrong, it's clear she's seeing something, but I just don't think it was actually the devil. It seems like you guys are fairly religious, so she probably picked something up from that. And when she saw whatever was in her closet, she probably just assumed it was the devil. I do believe something was scaring her. What? I don't know. But there is something in that closet. As for what to do, if you guys ever find yourself with something messing with you like this, protect yourself. If that thing is breaking steel, it's probably strong, so you need to get some protections around the house. Also, you need to put your foot down and tell it is not welcome in your house, especially if it is going to mess with the baby. But that's all I got for you today. Now that we're past the craziness that is the end of the year, I may go back to doing deep dives. I do think I'll take a moment to get some ready to go before I start them back up, just so I have time to do the research and whatnot. So they will be coming back. I just don't know when yet. Oh, and please don't forget to rate and review the podcast. It really helps the coven grow, as well as like and subscribe on YouTube. And like always, if you have a story of your own, send it in. The email will be in the show notes in the description below. And hopefully, in next week's episode, my voice won't sound like this. But for now, the coven is adjourned. See you next time. Bye.